Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Today, we've got another episode of Pokemon Academy Life Forever, and I hope you're as excited as I am because because my computer blue screened mid recording, and so now we're doing this again. Hope you don't mind that I will have seen quite a bit of this already, but I think it's fine. All right. Morning, yo. Morning. Do something new with your hair? Blue never notices. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Noticed you and Ethan weren't there for game night last night. That's. Ooh. Jesus, I just ate food and now I'm making all sorts of gross noises. Noticed you and Ethan weren't there for game night last night. That's 2 weeks we've missed it, right? Maybe Blue and Leaf actually do have something in common. Yes, I went to bed early. I was watching a coordinator club meeting. It went a bit long, and I didn't want to risk leaving while Licia was training the coordinators, in case she thought I was one trying to escape. I heard she can get pretty intense, but I didn't know you were interested in coordinating. I'm not, really. I was just looking for something to do. Normally, I spend my evenings with Blue, but since we weren't talking, well, I wandered all over the school until I found the coordinators. Think you might try out? No, definitely not. They're all so pretty and graceful and confident, I wouldn't last a second in the ring with them. Besides, the outfits the coordinators wear, they're a bit much for me. Hey, you never know until you try. So, the coordinator club holds its meetings on Mondays? Not usually, but Lucia's been holding a lot of extra meetings. There's a big contest coming up, and Lucia wants to make sure the coordinator club puts on the best show they can. The contest was called I think it was the Millennium Drop Water Festival contest? Bit of a mouthful. Yeah, they just called it the Millennium Drop. Might be fun to watch. If you want, you can attend a coordinator club meeting. Lucia calls them almost every other day. If there's not one today, there should be tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make you participate in a contest, buddy. Well, unless you want to, I guess. Who knows? I always said I was going to be a Pokemon champion, never specified what kind. Maybe I'm going to be a contest champion. You don't have to laugh at me, Luigi Jr. Here we are. Homeroom passes quickly, with Oak seeming serious and focused, hinting that the quiz coming on Thursday will involve the effects of terrains. The only hiccup is Melody, who abruptly leaves 20 minutes before the end of class. Old Man Oak's lips tighten, but he otherwise doesn't react. Roxanne said no one can touch Melody. Does Old Man Oak already know that, or has he not tried yet? Well, at least she was wearing her uniform this time. Here we are, and now we get to do this again. We get to go to Steel type class, baby. Steel class, but I also want to go to water class. Because if I get my affinity with, Misty, if I get my friendship up with Misty high enough, then, it's not that far away. If I get my, if I get my friendship with Misty high enough, I can get the Quagsire, or the X-Zyre, either Quagsire or Clodsire Diverall, and then I can have a regular Quagsire, and that'll give me some extra type coverage. Then I won't have to use a very frail Sharpier, and then I can sub in like Grimy Z or something, because that combo of Enshroud and Bad Breath is really potent. But Pokemon Academy Life Forever not responding. There we go. So we're going to go to Steel class for now. There we go. Oh. Hey, Ethan. Schlep, good to see ya. Let's get this done. You ever try punching a brick wall? If you haven't, here's a little secret. It's not the wall that gets hurt. That's the logic behind training a Ferroseed. They're as tough as they are slow. Very. And take more hits than they dish out. But that suits them fine. Ferroseed's iron barbs damage any opponent which hits it with a contact move. Give it a Rocky helmet to hold and those barbs will hurt even more. Meanwhile, your Ferroseed can regain health using Leech Seed and block every second attack with Protect. Put all that together and your Ferroseed will take one attack every 2 turns. During that time, it'll regain a quarter of its health and reduce your opponents by more than half, without ever attacking. Of course, only contact moves trigger iron barbs, and the same goes for rocky helmets. Plus, one flamethrower can put Ferroseed right out of business. But against the right kind of Pokemon, Ferroseed is a wall too high to climb. Byron says that if your opponent gets annoyed, it's their problem. Hooray! There we go. Which is why it's important to practice your ability to determine a Pokemon's age at a glance. If you can tell how much experience a Pokemon has, you can figure out how hard a Pokemon will fight. But if you know how experienced a Pokemon is, you can figure out how it'll fight, which might be more important. Horizontal ellipsis. Brendan, what's the sad face for? Oh, it's nothing big. Sorry, don't want to disrupt or slow down the class or anything, but I'm really not getting this. State your concerns. Sure, I just don't get how knowing a Pokemon's age will help us know how to fight. Sorry, I get that's the most basic part of what you're trying to explain. Totally fine. I'm sure lots of other people would appreciate a further explanation too. There you go. Yeah, I know I would. You hear a few murmurs of assent. I know you're just saying that, but thanks. Think back to my battle with Bruno last Friday. Did you notice anything in particular about how we fought? Yeah, Instructor Bruno moved around the battlefield a lot more, and he used his Pokemon's type advantages against you and Schlep. You kinda just stood there and sent out really powerful moves. I don't like that he's implying my battling is poor. Can't believe this shit. Absolute scam. That's exactly right. And Pokemon are the same way. Younger Pokemon usually attack more quickly and are less careful about spending their energy. Older Pokemon often prefer to line up precise, powerful attacks that are guaranteed to hit. These preferred battle style preferences... It's probably nothing. Are often categorized in groups called natures. Of course, there are many other factors besides age. Personality is a significant one, but even the personality often changes with age. Anyways, does that help, Brendan? Totally. But, I got another question, though. That's what we're here for. How do we figure out the ages of Pokemon? Like, they all look the same, don't they? Not necessarily. It takes an experienced eye, though. Not even Pokedexes are accurate enough to determine age at a glance. A lot of what you'll want to look for are the same sorts of things you'd look for in human beings. Size is an indicator. Graying plumage or fur is another significant one. Scratching or chipping on teeth, horns, or scales. Oh, and for you Charmander fans out there, a lot of Fire-type Pokemon have exposed flames. On younger Pokemon, the flames tend to be larger and redder. Older Pokemon have yellower, smaller flames. Bug Pokemon don't tend to live that long, 10 to 30 years, depending on size. Though there are exceptions, like Volcarona, which can easily live longer than humans. They don't always, though. Most mid-sized mammalian Pokemon, like Herdier or Raichu, live somewhere from 30 to 50 years. Dragons can hit 100, often more. These are just generalizations, of course, and it's worth noting that an unevolved Pokemon might be very old, or an evolved Pokemon may be very young. Experience, capital E, is a measure of their ability to use Pokemon energy. Poke energy, not life experience. Only thing that can measure that is a calendar. Uh-huh. Okay, does the lifespan of a Pokemon change when it evolves then? Like, you said Raichu could live 30 to 50 years. What about Pichu? A friend told me that Pichu evolves into Pikachu then Raichu, but like, Pichu is way smaller, right? Does that mean evolving it lets it live longer? Good thinking. Evolution does not seem to change the lifespan of a Pokemon, though. Even a Bagon, for example, could live over 100 years, even if it never evolves. Thanks, sir. That really helps out a ton. Of course, there are some Pokemon where a visual assessment is simply not possible. Many Ghost types do not ever visually change, nor do they age. Some Steel types are similarly visually unchanging, though they do age. In cases like those, your best bet might really just be size. Almost all Pokemon get bigger with age, even if they don't age. That's wild. Why do they get bigger then, if they don't age? Beats me. One of the professors probably knows. Alder, we know this. It's because unaging Pokemon's maturity is connected to their accumulation of Pokemon energy. Since they are gathering more energy, it affects their physical body too. Many martial artists and Pokemon train to allow their energy to influence their body, but for some Pokemon, it is a condition of their birth. Oh yeah, I think I heard about that once. Wasn't there some massive haunter causing trouble in Kanto? It was like hundreds of years old, right? That's the Black Fog from the Electric Tale of Pikachu manga. Here we go. Black Fog, Celadon City's darkest hour. Fortunately, the Pokemon was captured, retrained, and released. Huh, how'd they catch it? Massive Pokeball. Come again? We used a massive stone Pokeball. I have to hear the logistics of this one. I cannot share that. The creation of such an artifact of immense power is a closely guarded secret. Agatha was the only one who knew exactly how it worked. Spoil sport? You got me all excited over the idea of catching an enormous... Well, frankly, I'm not sure what I want to catch, but the novelty of using a massive Pokeball is something I'd like to try. Like those big balls they use in Galar. Think I could Gigantamax up an entire garland of them at once? Hammerlock Gym's open if you want to give it a fair shot. That's not a half bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. I cannot begin to name the reasons why that won't work, but let us discuss this later. It's time for the battles. Fair enough. Let's call them out. Bruto. Schlep, your opponent today will be Callum. And because, call it rigged, call it pre-watch if you want, I know that he starts with Fletchinder. So, hang on. So I'm going to start with Pikachu right here. Good morning. Hey. Or, hey, how are you? Can't complain. My dorm's been extraordinarily busy recently, with May, Brendan, and Serena all preparing madly for that upcoming contest. I'm afraid the name escapes me. I remember it was a mouthful, though. It was the Millennium Drop Water Festival contest. Oh, yes, that was it. Exactly. Sharp mind. Well, regardless of what it's called, my roommates are quite busy. I'm rather ashamed of my comparative inaction, if I may confess such things to you. It's completely fine to just focus on your studying and training. True, but... Oh, sorry, I slipped back into the to the Alder voice. True, but I did have plans to join the student council, and didn't have a backup plan. My own foolishness, of course. Perhaps I'm still looking for my own niche. You'll find it, man. I tried, briefly, tutoring Wally in our shared fighting elective. Thought perhaps my Kobukan calling might be as a teacher. Unfortunately, he seems uncomfortable around me. Not an ideal situation for roommates to be in. He seems rather fond of you, though. Why, half of my aborted attempt at tutelage was just my own vain attempts at teaching imitation of you. Really? How'd you do that? Mostly stating his desire to be a champion and running around a lot. Horizontal ellipsis. Your understanding of Wally goes up, in a direction you're not necessarily appreciative of. Well, I imagine that's enough gab. Let's proceed with our battle. I'd ask you to go easy on me, but... Frankly, my Flabebe has been an absolute brat recently. She requires some correction, and I am not equipped to deliver it. Jeez, Callum, you really need to get your Flabebe under control. You are preaching to the choir, my dear Schlep. Here we go! And he sends out Fletchinder, and he uses, was it Fly Free, boosts attack, and then lowered his special defense. I don't remember exactly how it works, but I know it boosts his attack, and then his defense and special defense were either randomly raised or lowered? I'm not sure. Either way, got his ass. Easy. And then Thunderfang. Wing It. Oh, Flying Free. Oh, Wing It. Fly Free was the name of the, or rather was these two words here that I associated with it. Anyways, easy. Fletchinder fainted, blah blah blah. Togetic, you are part flying, so I will use Thunderfang. Blah blah blah. Simple World. Oh hey, my type actually changes. Or not my type actually changes, but my color changes. That's nice. Either way, I win. Togetic, Phalanx. I don't really have anything specific. So let's switch to whatchamahoosit. Let's switch to fucking... Why is this messing with me? I switched to Big W. Phalanx used Headbutt. There we go. Poison Jab. Ow. Disabling Poke. It's super effective. What type is Disabling Poke? Psychic? Ice? Ground? Maybe? I'm really not sure. Either way, if it's super effective against Orochi, or Big W, it's probably super effective against Orochi. So let's switch to Callum. Oh, wait, Simple World. It makes everyone normal type. Duh. Shite. Alright, well, let's just switch back to Orochi then. Doesn't really matter. Rock Tomb. Okay, so now we go Poison Tail, Disabling Poke. Oh, okay, so it wasn't very effective. That makes sense. Because Normal World ran out. Orochi's wishes coalesced. Ow, God. As you can sharp pain on my forehead, I'm like, is this finally it? Is my brain just gonna pop out of my head? Phalanx switched out, Flabebe switched in, he's poisoned. Alright, let's do this. There we go, and then Halucha, you're gonna hit an Aerial Ace. And then, blah blah blah, Oranberry was consumed, so you're gonna hit a... Oh, you're gonna hit another Aerial Ace, so I'm just gonna switch into... Oh, you have Unburdened, so you're gonna be faster, even if... Yeah, you're gonna be faster. Yeah, kinda figured. Well, now you're gonna hit a Karate Chop, so I'm gonna switch into Orochi, I guess. Or you're gonna use Hone Claws. That's not good. There we go. Why did you use Brick Break against my poison type? Alright, man. There we go. I'm not even surprised. Very well done, my friend. I want my battles to be fun and surprising. Tragically, it appears we cannot get everything we want. Yeah, hold on, let me check. Okay, we're good. Though you've a good start. On that note, thank you for your assistance in reprimanding my Flabebe. All I did was knock her out. She's going to be exactly the same when she gets her energy back. So you say, but hope springs eternal. By the way, shouldn't your Flabebe be a Floette by now? Horizontal ellipsis. Oh, jeez, sorry, did I say something wrong? I wasn't, like, doubting your ability or anything. No, it's not that. You're quite right. By all means, she, by all rights, should be. She simply refuses to evolve. As a sort of power play over me. What? That can't be right. I know that Pokemon are inherently good, but her actions really do seem to be, well, manipulative is a strong word, but it rather fits. I cannot imagine what more she wants. I have given her all of my attention, fair but effective training, the highest quality food, and increasingly the last dregs of my sanity. I know a lot about Pokemon, but I've never heard of something like this. I certainly did not expect this to be the sort of lady troubles I'd have to deal with. Stay strong, man. There we go. Looks like class is over then. Keep an eye out for sharp rocks on the ground. Don't go stepping on any. Here we are in the afternoon, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, as you walk into the cafeteria, you suddenly notice a diverse group of students standing around a table with a not-so-recognizable figure at the center. Yeesh, they don't look happy. Well, except Dawn. With Phobos here, we absolutely cannot afford to put forth anything less than our absolute best. Our success as coordinators depends on our success in the Millennium Drop Water Festival contest. That's why I need to call another meeting this evening. I get that this contest is really important, but what does Phobos being here have to do with that? He's one of the school's board members, and one of the richest too. No wonder if our tuition's been going to him. Brendan and I were really hoping for a break, though. Look, battlers don't take us seriously. They never have. There's a reason the only regions where contests are actually popular is Hoenn, and it's just because they were invented there. If we want battlers to take us seriously, if we want world contest champion to someday hold the same weight as world champion, then we need to be serious. And we need to be serious. I've attended all these emergency meetings so far. Something Among Us joke. But it's tiring, more so than I'm accustomed to handling. I'm not asking you to do any more than you can do. I'm only asking you to do the most you can do. Guess we have to. None of us are going to walk away from direct instruction by Lycia anyway. But I still don't get what that pompous blowhard Phobos has to do with this. Is that not apparent? Just tell us. Well, if he's a coordinator, he will be inclined to assist us monetarily, no? He wouldn't want to do that if it turns out there's no amount of money that could make us shape up, though. That's exactly right. That's why we need to win the Millennium Drop Water Festival contest. Does she have to say the whole thing every time? To prove to Phobos that the Coordinator Club deserves just as much funding as the battle team. That'll never happen. Kobukon's battle team is legendary. Besides, they've got the Tamamushi family bankrolling them now. Exactly. They don't need the school's funding. They can just reach into Tamamushi's pockets. And I happen to know for a fact that Phobos isn't overly fond of the battle team. I'm sure we can get him to divert some funding, but only if we prove to him we're worth it. That's why I don't want to see a single non-Kobukon student in that winner's circle. And that's why we're having an emergency meeting after school today. Yes, Liz. Cheer up, guys. More practice just means we'll shine even better when the contest happens. Seems like Dawn's the only one who doesn't mind the intense training. I guess, since she's already used to the battle team, this probably feels easier. The coordinator club eventually disperses. Right, I should go find a table now. Ugh, this one again. Alright, her again. I can't believe this. Oh wow, Schlep, I totally didn't notice you there. Hey. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that you're easy to miss. You're really not. I was just surprised, that's all. Totally fine. Oh, I just had this idea, totally off the top of my head. But since you're here, would you like to come with me to today's emergency coordinator club meeting? Not to do anything. I'm just asking if you'd like... Excuse me. I'm just asking if you'd like to watch. It's after classes let out, so I guess you wouldn't have any free time, but watching one of Lycia's club meetings is really a one-time experience. Yellow mentioned she might want to watch that too. Maybe if I go there, I'll run into her. On the other hand, I might want to do something else this evening, but like Clara said, this is a one-time thing. Besides, all the other coordinators are going to be at the meeting. No, I want to do some training. Huh, wow, really? I mean, okay. I guess you're really confident. Excuse me, sorry. I mean, okay. I guess you're really confident in what you already know then? That's a really admirable trait. Just another reason I like you. Talk to you later then. Talk to you later then. Ugh, God, she is exhausting to talk to. And she always has this weird way of spinning things into like creepily kind of complimenting me, I guess. Schlep. It's just, oh, I don't like her, you know? She just puts me off very strongly. Well, whatever. I'm in the mood for toad squirrel rims? Yum. Alright. So, I want to get my steel proficiency up, but I also want to get my water proficiency up, because if I'm gonna do that with fucking, I want to get my misty proficiency up, and I guess water for the signature move. Let's go to the independent table. Ask Professor Cherry. Let's study with Misty. Me? Or, huh? Me? Help you study? I mean, I guess. Let's study water types. Misty loses her temper while teaching a few concepts, but manages to calm herself down enough to be a helpful study partner, culminating in a sheepish, thanks, I guess. Your water proficiency increased to 0.25. Your water Pokemon can now reach level 0. Let's go! They can reach level 0! So true. Excuse me. So let's start going to water class so I can get that bond up real fast. Unfortunately, that means I have to spend time with Clara by proxy, but, you know, we'll have to live with it, unfortunately. Schlep! Oh, hey, Clara. You're in this class too? Of course. Water is my favorite type of all time. That's cool. Plus, Instructor Wallace is such a genius coordinator, and he's one of the judges in the upcoming Millennium Drop. Trying to get on his good side? Huh? Oh, you're right. I'd never even thought of that. But no way. I'd never try to get close to someone just because they could help me out somehow. I mean, some people do that, but not me. Clara takes a quick look over at another student, which you realize with a start is Melody. Ugh, she's also in this class. And she's sitting on the desk again. I heard she's in this class because she thinks it'll be an easy A. She'll be pretty disappointed when she finds out her usual strategy won't work. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, don't make me say it. It's embarrassing, but like, Instructor Wallace is totally gay, you know? No luck there, Melody. Sorry. Wait, you don't mean she... That's just what I've heard. I don't think I believe it. I see the best in everyone, but a lot of other people have been saying it. Jeez, I hope she doesn't make class difficult then. Well, if she does, you can just sit with me. There's no need to think about her when I'm here, no matter what she does. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Let me just talk to Ethan for a sec. Of course, don't leave me waiting though. Oh, God, it's just... She's so happy all the time, and she's so creepy and like, you know? Like, ew. Brother, ew. Ugh, water class. Do you not like it? Nothing against the class, it's just that, right now, I'm considering running to Galar to be a Wooloo farmer and never opening a book again. Well, it's a familiar face, but she doesn't seem very excited to see me. Let's see, is there someone else? Hello, my wonderful students! That almost gave me a heart attack! This guy really knows how to make an entrance. Maybe Whitney took some lessons from him. And what the heck is this guy wearing? This has got to be against the school dress code. Oh, looks like we've got a couple new students to join us. Let's see. Your names are Ethan and Schlepp, right? Splendid, just splendid. I'm Wallace, and I welcome both of you to your first water class at Kobukon Academy. And you didn't hear this from me, but water really is the best type compared to the others. After all, the world is made up of over 70% water. Well, aren't you all just bedazzled by being here? I know I am. How are we supposed to react to all this? I see eagerness has stunned you two. If you don't talk, then I shall make you. You! Wallace flamboyantly points straight at Nessa. Horizontal ellipsis. Are you pointing at me? Yes, Nessa, stand up and introduce yourself to the new students. Didn't she kind of just do that for her? Or didn't he just kind of do that for her? Okay. But, like, we already know each other. I'm Nessa. I'm from Holbury in Galar. I specialize in water-type Pokemon. I also work as a model. Sometimes. Oh, really? I have a mild interest in modeling, too. And why are you in this class? Because I want to learn more about water Pokemon? Wonderful. Anything else? No, I think I'm good. Oh, excuse me. Very good, Nessa. So you see now the essence of what this class is about, new fish. Learning about water-type Pokemon? Yes, but also so much more. Now, you! Wallace proceeds to go down the entire roster and make everyone introduce themselves. Nothing of value is accomplished, and you sit around awkwardly for an hour. Love that. Well, I hope you've all learned the importance of class participation. Alright, that is all the time we have for today. But tomorrow, I expect you all to be much more energetic. Class dismissed. Oh god, did her bond go by 10? Oh god, that's so creepy. Her bond goes up by 10? That's ew. That's so weird. Here it is, 5.25. I need to get up to 10, and then I'll just spend time with Misty. Ay, ay, ay. And that's the end of the lecture. He really is making an effort. This was another one of his class-long lectures, but it was actually about modern, practical, competitive battle strategies. I wonder if I could have helped him and my classmates if I'd said something earlier. You're all free to go. Enjoy your evenings. Old Man Oak's eyes linger on Melody, who has been on her phone for the entire class. Miss Melody. I'm texting. That's the issue. You should not be. Horizontal ellipsis. Whatever. What is it?
Thursday's test will be extremely difficult. I recommend you pay attention to the lectures I give.
I had Rowan's class last year. I think I'll be fine. Old Man Oak seems conflicted. He furrows his brow and rubs his forehead. Your charm increased to 13. I don't know why I said that out loud. Hey, Sam.
Lad, I don't believe I've had an opportunity to apologize yet for my teaching methods thus far.
You don't need to. You're new to this. I mean, it worked for me. You got me to memorize every single Pokemon's data, you know? No way we could have known how much went into teaching.
I believe I should have, though. I thought simply having the knowledge, then sharing it would be enough. But it seems that I don't even necessarily have the knowledge I thought I did. Immensely frustrating. And now there's this human element with a new troubled student.
It was pretty bad timing.
I didn't create the digital Pokedex on my first try, nor on my 30th. Persistence is all that's required of me now. Still, it's rather demoralizing to realize that a field I thought I'd mastered, I had really no proficiency in at all. I used to scoff at Dr. Katsuru's insistence he studied the science of teaching before he became a teacher. I imagined a man of his intellect was far past the need to do such things. Foolish of me in hindsight.
Well, we're in a school. There's never a better place to learn new things.
True, but I'd rather it's not at your expense.
Old Man Oak. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. Oh well. Since I'm not going to the coordinator club meeting, I can enjoy my free time for a while. And now we're back to the point where we were when the episode crashed. Or rather, when the recording crashed. And by recording, I mean my entire computer. Either way, what I wanted to do was get some levels. And maybe switch out some team members? I'm not sure. Either way, the plan for now when it comes to our team composition is get friendship with Misty so we can switch out to Quagsire. Then I can swap out Sharpier for someone else. Then I can... Maybe I can add in... I don't know. A few of my other teammates might be really useful to add. If I could somehow get a Moonstone, then I could have a Nidoking, and that would be really good. But then that's another ground type, and I don't know, these are all considerations I'll have to make later. Either way, it's time to do training! Okay, so I did some training, but to be honest, I went to the alleyway because I misremembered and thought I just had to go to the alleyway to battle the, the gamble trainers. To do the gamble battles with the thugs in the alleyway. I forgot that there's a separate menu option, and so I ended up training on the really weak Pokemon and get shit all XP, so oh well. Well, it's better than spending time with Clara, that's for sure. Either way, I should text someone before I head to bed. Do I have Misty's number? I don't think I have Misty's Oh, I do have Misty's number. Let's text her. Just thought I'd text. How are you doing? Yeah, so I kind of want to be left alone right now. I guess we can text, but don't send/ask for any pics, perv. Thanks. Jesus. You spent some time texting Misty before drifting off to sleep. Here we are. Alright, baby. Next day, new content. Let's see. Good morning, sleeping beauty. Morning, snoring beauty. Just wanted to let you know we are still on track for this evening. Great. Do you need to keep updating me every day? Honestly, at this point, yeah. I don't want to make excuses, but if one more thing goes wrong, I want, plenty of foreshadowing for me freaking out. You know, and I probably should have said this before, we could just, walk around for a bit. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, I know. I've got excuses for why all those other ideas didn't work out, but I don't really have an excuse for that one. You know, you and Ethan are kind of similar that way. If something goes wrong in the morning, he feels like the day's a wash. I tell him that's not the case, of course, and now I'm telling you. Sometimes the most important part of running is just putting your shoes on. Maybe you didn't hit a new personal best, or maybe you cramped something 10 meters out the door, but you still did it. Just something to think about. Now come on, let's go to class. Loafing me? I never really thought about it like that before. Your understanding of Ethan and Leaf increases, as does their understanding of each other. Homeroom passes uneventfully. Old Man Oak keeps an active eye on a thick book while reading. Though the front is covered in thick duct tape, you recognize Old Man Oak's copy of Teaching for Geniuses. Alright, so now we can, let's see, water level 5.25. I should probably focus on steel. There we go. Because that one seems a bit more pertinent in the moment. Because I actually have Pawniard with me. I don't get why my Pichu hasn't evolved yet. I mean, look at her. She's level freaking 21. Everyone goes at their own pace, you know? Steel-type battles aren't exactly sprints. You all know how much metal weighs. Of course, steel-type Pokemon are slower than most. You would be too if you walked around in a full suit of armor. It's best to acknowledge that up front. When you're using a steel Pokemon, you'll usually move last. Now, if you absolutely have to outspeed your opponent, there's always the move Bullet Punch. Not the heaviest hitter, but it'll get the job done. Then there's Autotomize, which doubles your Pokemon speed. Or you could just embrace the weight. The slower you are compared to your opponent, the harder the move Gyro Ball will hit. See? One problem, lots of ways to solve it. Who says metal isn't flexible? Byron notes that some steel types are fast, such as Dugtrio from Alola. Classmates bonds increased. Your steel proficiency increased to 7. We're getting close. Alright, noon. So, what do we got? But spamming full restores... of course. We gotta love... You can't be a champion of the Pokemon League without spamming full restores. But spamming full restores won't make you a champion, no matter how many of them you have. Using healing items in battle is the weak man's substitute for resilience. Can't say I agree, but there's other reasons not to. A full restore might buy your Pokemon a couple seconds of health, but since they need to stay still for you to apply the medicine, any competent opponent's going to use that opening to buff themselves so they can knock you out in one shot next time, which means you just blew 3,000 bucks to give your opponent an opening. Alder, sir. Oh, right, Gardenia. I actually meant to talk to you about, what was it you sold me again? Common candies? All sales are final. But I have a question for you. You said that spamming full restores isn't a good idea because of the cost. But aren't champions like you extremely well paid? Oh, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I am able to keep a pretty nice house in the Gray Natural Research Center, where my daughter and grandson live. The Unovan government makes sure its champions are well taken care of. Actually, every single year I was reigning, Congress voted to increase my salary as part of the defense budget. Don't know what they thought this old geezer could defend them from. I couldn't even defend them from a little girl. Okay, Unovan champion. Very well paid. Noted. What about the Cantonian champion, Instructor Bruno? You must know, since you work under Lance. Lance is not the sort of man who shares his financial information. However, the Indigo champion has the combined salaries of both the former Cantonian and Jotonian champions. One can assume that he is very well paid, though perhaps still not to the degree that Alder is. I knew he was lying about being a teacher for the money. I think I heard, yeah, the Paldean champion gets 2,000 Poke a month, I think, so 24k a year. What? That's so low. How do they not starve to death? Alright, Grusha, my friend, my good friend. Esperar. Paldea has many champions. 97 right now. In Paldea, champion is a rank you attain, not a job a single person has. Well, that's dumb. I can think of 97 people who might disagree with you. Anyway, we also have a top champion, La Primera, but she doesn't accept the allowance. It's a tradition for the top champion not to. Hold on now, so this top champion is like your actual champion, and you got 97 Elite Four? Yes, and you need to beat them all in a row to challenge the champion. Mad. Raihan, he's messing with you. What? He's a guy? Oh, of course. Hey, back on track, please. What can you tell us about the other champion salaries? This is not on track, Gardenia. You are just as off track as everyone else is. I think Stephen Stone abolished the champion's pay when he became champion. Though I heard the salary wasn't very big anyway. Of course, being the heir to Devon, he didn't need it, and Instructor Wallace was already filthy rich from endorsements and contest prizes when he became champion. Do you not know how much the champion of Sinnoh is paid? Oh, no, I know that one. Cynthia is paid 1.18 billion a year, though this amount fluctuates based on market conditions. What does she even do with that much money? No one knows. I've studied the economies of Celestic Town and the area north of Route 223 so I could figure out what she was spending her money on and invest in it. But as far as I can tell, she's either not spending the money at all or does all of her shopping online. Being fair, it's rather hard to imagine Cynthia walking into a Pokemart and asking to buy a handful of Pokeballs. Yeah, I guess. So what does your dear friend Leon spend his money on, Raihan? I've seen those Gigantamax-sized checks they wheeled out for him. Aha! Somehow, he spends that money even faster than he gets it. He helps out trainers in Galar mostly, but sometimes he'll just decide to buy an island or bankroll a new field of science. The Ether Foundation has 3 new wings named after him. Don't think he even knows how to pronounce Ether. Oh, the Aether Foundation. Don't think he even knows how to pronounce Aether. Being fair, it's a bloody tough word. Who decided A-E should be pronounced E? It should be A-I-E, or maybe A? Sonny, this is your daily reminder that you're the smart one. Thanks, Ness. Alright. The point is, every champion makes a comfortable living. Although, just to make sure I'm getting this right, Cynthia's 1.1 billion Poke is a lot? Huh, yeah, of course. It's an absolutely massive amount of money. Huh, guess I haven't gone shopping in a while. Wait, he didn't realize that was a ton of money? How wealthy is he? Let's move on to the battles now. We've talked long enough. Schlep, please battle Serena today. Hey, Serena. Bonjour, Schlep. Hey. Oh, right. How goes the Calrimspiracy? Oh, quite well. There's a new girl in the contest club that I believe is promising. She and Callum have personalities that ought to mix well together, I believe. Ah, you're gonna do the whole thing without me. That's certainly not my intent. I'm in no particular hurry, but haste may behoove you. You got it. How reliable of you. Now, shall we duel? Stand and deliver. I don't know what that means, but let's do it. Houndour. Do I have anything? I mean, I guess I'll just Thunderfang. Oh, you flinched. Thanks for the free kill. Hooray. Breaks in. You're part psychic, right? No, you're not. God damn it. Oh well. Thunderfang, but it missed. Are you fucking serious? Alright, let's send up Big W. Send in the W! And hit him with Mudshot. And then Poison Jab, I guess. Steady Flame. Oh, you dick. Alright. Sandile. Sandile's Intimidate, blah blah blah. Yeah, let's switch out. You're gonna hit me with a ground type move anyway, probably. In that case, let's switch to Callum, I guess, because you have a fairy type move. Sand Tomb. That's what I thought would happen. Alright, Mega Evolve. Not Perish Song, Spirit Break. Sorry. Whew! There we go. Rhyhorn. Fine. I don't like that, though. I'm gonna switch to Orochi. Smackdown. Okay, that didn't do too much damage. I can hit him with a Brick Break. Oh, of course you can use... Yeah. Was it Splinter Shield, I think he called it? Or something else? Either way, I'm definitely still faster than you. Yeah, Splinter Shield. Yeah, I don't care. Kill him. Thank you. Pikachu's Liberation limit increased by 1. I should check, if I could fucking give you different moves now. Fuck, hang on a minute. Let me pause the recording and figure that out. Okay, I'm back. I rearranged some of the moves. So now he has Fire Fang, Mega Drain, Thunder Fang, and Aerial Ace, which I don't know if that's using more points or not. I don't remember. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is ever so slightly. I think it's using 10 more Liberation points or whatever they're called. I did this so that I could have some better coverage because I kind of already had Pokemon that did the same things that Shadow Punch and Magnet Bomb did. But now I have more coverage, which I think is, I think honestly that's just my job with Luigi Jr. here, is just to is just to cover the other types that I don't have with the rest of my team.
Ah, well done. You're a splendid battler. Of course, you realize this means I am plotting my revenge.
It's only fair. I knew the consequences when I accepted this duel.
Oh, that reminds me. I noticed you didn't make it through the first round of the quarter clashes. What happened? Oh, well, truthfully, it's rather embarrassing, but I was beaten by my very first opponent. I'm afraid she utilized exclusively water types. My team could do little against her as a result.
Ooh, bad luck, Serena. Sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor.
I suppose you would know that better than anyone. Well, I shan't let it discourage me. That mishap allowed me to focus all my attention on my aspirations as a musical coordinator, after all.
Perhaps it was secretly a blessing. Life has many doors, and I'm far too young to worry about the ones closed behind me.
Oh, and Ferris is barking in the background. I don't know what he's barking at. He's a silly boy. I don't know what he's barking at.
Those were some good battles today. I'm confident that our leagues are in good hands, with you students taking the reins.
Here we go in the afternoon, baby. Ow! I wish I could do the ow. I have no idea how to do it. Hi, Slap.
Ugh.
Hey, what's up? Oh, I can't believe I forgot, but we should
Why? No, don't give her your phone number, dude.
I mean, you know, if you ever want to meet up with me and do anything,
sure. What's yours?
Oh, why don't you just give me your phone? I'll put it in for you, and then you can put yours in mine.
I deserve some sort of award for not making a joke out of that.
Oh no, why did you do that? That's so, no. Anyway, want to do something tonight?
Sorry, I've got something planned with Leaf. I thought I mentioned that?
Well, yeah, you've got something planned.
Horizontal ellipsis.
Look, I don't want you to be disappointed if, she backs out again. But if she does,
oh god, she's so gross. Like, ew, like, go away. I don't want to talk to you.
I think being reliable is really important quality for a person. That's why I like you so much. I know I can trust you.
I'll keep that in mind, but it's not like she's trying to push it off. We've just had some bad luck.
Horizontal ellipsis. Some people just look for the easy way to get what they want. If it's a breakup, they just leave their partner. If it's money, they just take it. If it's to put off a long-standing engagement, well, you know, I'm not saying Leaf's doing that, of course, just that some people do. I really like putting in the work to get what I want, though. It makes it much more satisfying to know I've earned whatever I get. Oh! Hey, Schlep, date update. We are still on track. Hey, Leaf, how are you, bestie? Huh. Oh, I'm fine, bestie. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I totally interrupted what you were doing here, didn't I? My bad. No, it's fine. I know you felt left out. It's totally fine.
Oh, well, that was pretty much it. Anyway, I can just leave now. It's really no problem.
What are you oh, God, she's so creepy. I hate her so much already. Oh. Ugh, ew. What are you talking about, bestie? You've been talking about this date you've been planning for months now. Now that it's actually going to happen, I want to know every detail.
It's really not that big a deal, and besides, I want it to be a bit of a surprise for Schlep, you know?
Oh, no, I totally get it. I mean, I helped you plan a bunch of those previous ones, but I guess since those didn't work out, you just try to do it yourself, right?
Clara, you didn't really help me plan any of those plans, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was helping. Guess I was just getting in your way. What about your Ivysaur? Did I not actually teach and instruct a Koga special move? Was I just a problem then, too? No, you weren't ever in the way. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You weren't a problem at all. Oh. Then, will you tell me what...
Oh, alright. Sorry, Schlep, you're gonna have to wait for another 3 hours for your hint. I may actually die of anticipation.
Classic. Made it 4 weeks, but that last 3 hours was the straw on the camera-up's back.
The time of death on my gravestone is going to be very specific.
Huh, I just realized something. How come they don't put cause of death on gravestones anymore?
Horizontal ellipsis.
You know, I don't know. I don't think I realized until just now that that was a thing. But you're right, like really old gravestones will say, run over by a Ponyta, or run over by a Mudsdale, or run over by a Blitzel. Okay, I've got a different question. What the hell kind of cemeteries do you have in Pallet Town?
Apparently, cemeteries populated by people who, in life, were pretty vulnerable to getting run over by equine Pokemon. That's going to be the new battle meta. Pallet types are weak to horse types. If we're talking about the weaknesses of people in our hometowns, you're standing in a pretty glass house. You dick! I can't believe you went there. Yeah, I realized it was too far halfway through saying it. Thanks for not blowing up at me. Was that another volcano joke? Not intentionally, but I'm going to fill my mouth with food before I find another way to put my foot in it. Good idea. Oh my god. Ferris, what are you doing? You silly dog. I'm gonna close the window 1 second. Give me a sec. Ah! Okay, hold on. There we go. The freaking, the pop filter came off my mic when I stood up. I was a silly boy and knocked it off. Either way, what we have now is an opportunity to... Where did they go? Normally there's more people there. I assume they're doing something else then. Huh. Right. Scheming table. Let's just go to the independent table and talk to... Oh, right, they're doing the coordinators team stuff. Right. Let's go to the independent table and study with Misty. Study water types. Blah, blah, blah. Perfect, 5.5. So now, I'm still over leveled. I don't think I need to worry about my main electives. I'll just go to water class. Let's go to water class, baby. Our roommates, FMK. What do you think? I'm thinking I'm not touching that with a one... FMK. I'm thinking I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. It seems Instructor Wallace is a bit later than usual. Tap. 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 Jeez, she even taps her fingers on the table annoyingly. If Instructor Wallace doesn't get here in 3 seconds, I'm going to someone else's class. Hello, my wonderful student. What are you wearing? Ah, are you appreciating my clothes? Part of esteemed Sononian Pokestylist, Hermione? I don't know who that is. Hermione's 2005 collection, which I was granted early access to. Uh-huh. And you thought you'd wear that in class? But of course, beauty is war. If you're not screaming out what you have, then why have it? If you're not dragging the competition into your undertow, then why even try? That's what I say, quite right. Certainly I live by that philosophy. Indeed, as all should. Oh. I can tell you're shaven. Completely shaven. Well, I'd like to be well groomed, and such an outfit does encourage the removal of extraneous lump-introducing hair. That's not the point. My fashion choices are a form of self-expression. Now, I do love talking about fashion, much like dear Valerie, but this is not the time to... You're half naked in front of a class of teenagers. Jeez. I'm not wrong. Melody, we've discussed this before. My relationship with clothing is one that is a complicated affair. As a member of the Waters clan, my modes of dress and expression were expected to fall within a clear delineation, if not necessarily prescribed. Now, at my apex, I express the liberation I have earned through my clothing, which... Justify it however you want. Your moral imperative or whatever. I see it. I know what you're doing. Maybe no one else does, but I do. The Emperor has no clothes. And he's a pervert. Out! Get out of my classroom, immediately. Maybe. Why? Why? Because I am your instructor for this class, and if you refuse to show me the respect I am due, I will refuse to teach you a champion's knowledge. Oh, you are a champion? Sorry, I only check on the status of champions every 81 days. Must have missed you. How long were you champion again? Horizontal ellipsis. Really thought you'd start screaming at that one. I'll keep looking. Oh, my dear Melody, it would seem that you hate me. Don't call me dear, you sicko. Well, hate, see?
Well, hate. See, that's an emotion I'm quite familiar with. Hate is a reasonable reaction from the jealous, the bitter, those who know they cannot achieve what I have. Horizontal ellipsis. You think I'm jealous? But I'll have you know I did not claim my championship off my inability to strategize. If your goal is truly just to get to me, foolish girl, you'd have better luck with any other instructor. Water off a duck's back, my dear. I rescind what I say previously. You do not need to leave. In fact, I request that you stay here, such that I may... Horizontal ellipsis. No, I shan't allow this. Apologies, class. I need to talk to Dean Drayden immediately. Class is dismissed. What do we do now? Guess we should just study by ourselves? Even if Instructor Wallace goes to Dean Drayden, the disciplinary committee's tried that a ton of times already. Wow, I mean, people have always been telling me how awful she is, but I really didn't think it could be that bad. Jeez, drama bomb much? No way we're going to be able to get any work done after that. With Instructor Wallace's abrupt departure, the class slowly disperses over the next hour. Ugh. Sharing in such a harrowing experience increases your bonds with your classmates significantly, but you do not gain any knowledge on the water type due to Instructor Wallace's empty desk. Oh, of course. Which is why Hyper Beam is a particularly effective finishing move. At least, it was when I was a champion. Yes, I myself had a particular Tauros that managed to utilize the adrenaline rush from knocking out a foe to push through the shock of launching a Hyper Beam. This is a reference to a bug in Generation 1 where Hyper Beam would not have a cooldown timer for one turn if you knocked out the opponent in one hit. Or, if the last hit was Hyper Beam, you didn't have to recharge the next turn. So that's a fun little nod. Unfortunately, in his old age, he has lost that ability, and I've not been able to replicate that technique in any other Pokemon I've trained. I suppose I, too, have lost that ability. And unlike my dear Tauros, I cannot be sent to a farm outside Goldenrod to live a life surrounded by amorous Miltank. Okay. Of course, using our modern understanding of battle techniques, Hyper Beam was not the best move to use in that situation. Giga Impact would have been far better, giving my Tauros a significantly higher physical attack stat. Back in the day, though, when we were knocking out opponents left and right, it all seemed so much simpler. It feels as though the world has shifted around me, and I'm only now beginning to realize the colors around me, and, well, the fact that I need to care about them. Back in the day, Agatha used an Arbok on her team. That Arbok knew Rap, I swear, was a move that prevented the foe from moving for multiple turns, locking them down and damaging them. Why, it seemed as though Rap was a move that combined the advantages of both the frozen and poison status conditions, but did not overlap with either. But that is simply not true. My memories of Rap's strength are fiction. Perhaps I only thought it was so strong because Agatha used it to beat me as many times as I used Hyper Beam to beat her. And again, this is another reference to, in Generation 1, Rap prevented you from doing anything other than switching out. You can switch out if you're affected by Rap, but, again, fun little nod. She never admitted to this, but I believe she used to she learned to train Ghost type specifically because she feared my Hyper Beam so much. I never heard Old Man Oak talk about his champion days so much. Sounds like he misses them. If life was simpler back then, and he's now realizing how much effort it takes to be a teacher, well, he's over 60. I can't imagine he wanted to sign up for an extremely difficult job at his age. Of course, Instructor Bertha's quite a bit older. Well, that's enough rumination on things that never happened. Remember, your tests on terrains will be tomorrow, and I must be frank that it will be difficult. However, I will do my best during tomorrow's lectures to properly prepare you. Additionally, I will have a zero-tolerance policy for interruption. Horizontal ellipsis. Ay. Hey, Sport. Sport? I was thinking, of a casual nickname to call you, and, Sport was all that came to mind. Horizontal ellipsis. Well then, hey, Pops. Never mind, date cancelled, see you in another month. Yeah, see ya.
Okay, no, but really, this is it. We're actually going to do it now. Nothing has gone wrong, so we can finally do this properly. And then you'll totally fall under my sway, and then think you've spent way too much time on me to back out, so you'll be trapped because of the opportunity cost. Seems like you've got a pretty good plan. Oh yeah, step 1, permanently ensnare you due to fear of having wasted time. First move's the most important, you know? This is the first move? You flew across an ocean to grab me. I would have done that anyway. I don't get a stamp on my loyalty card for something I was already planning on. I don't remember ever handing out loyalty cards. Really gotta get my memory checked out, Skippy. Oh, really gotta get that memory card checked out. Really gotta get that memory checked out, Skippy. Early onset dementia's an awful thing. Yeah. Come on, let's go to the dorm and get changed. Okay, I foresee no issues with this. Let's hope Clara doesn't interrupt our date. But get changed into what? I don't really have anything I could call a date outfit. Hey Leaf, what should I wear for our date? Absolutely nothing. Pretty sure that'll violate some laws. Beauty isn't a crime. Stop yelling about nudity. You're a nurse. Why is this such a thing for you? We're in the same room. You don't have to yell. Yo, just realized I probably should just text you. What should I wear? I'm kind of dumb when it comes to fashion. Oh, I see. Oh. Huh, my uniform? I just took it off, but sure, I guess. Hey, Leaf. Ready. Decided to take your advice and put my uniform on. Feels weird to be wearing this outside of school hours, though. I half expect to go to homeroom any second now. Ready? Almost. How do you feel about makeup? I'm sure you'd look right in it. Well, I wear some every day, so you'd know. Wait, really? Yeah, I mean, not heavy makeup, but a little toner, a little mascara. No one's eyelashes actually look like this. You're always so sarcastic. I generally can't tell if this is a joke. Not this time. Pretty much every girl wears a little bit of makeup. If we don't, guys tell us we look tired. Gotta paint away the indicators that we are in fact human. Noted. I don't remember if I've ever said that, but if I have, sorry. You don't need to apologize for something you don't even remember if you did or not. Wait, don't tell me. Sympathy, not culpability. You got it. Alright. Alright, I'm coming out. Damn, the date hasn't even started, and I've already turned you off of men? Pretty sure we used that joke already. Anyway, who said I'm going to restrict myself to just women? I enjoy double battles too. Okay. No, seriously, are you coming? Just give me a second. You'd look beautiful in a trash bag, come on. Okay. Look at that outfit. Hey, kind of over the top, I guess. Gorgeous. I mean, yeah, what am I supposed to say? Well, you're pretty gorge yourself. Why did I say that? Wait, huh? What is it? Not sure, one sec. Yep, this is Leaf. Yep, Leaf Green. Oh, don't tell me it's... What do you mean? The reservation was for tonight, wasn't it? 7 p.m. What do you mean you have to cancel? The entire restaurant? That's not... No, why would you have to... You're making this up. You have to be. What do you mean health code concerns? You're a 7-star restaurant. I can hear your Colossian accent. You don't have health code. Click. I'm guessing it's not good news? This isn't going to work. Huh? I give up. The universe is giving me a message, and I need to start listening to it. This date will never happen. It'll never work between us. Sorry for wasting your time. No, come on! Horizontal ellipsis. You wince. Ooh. Well, now what? Blue? Well, now what? I was thinking the exact same thing. Typical schlep. As bad with girls as Gramps is. The fact that you were at some point birthed would seem to indicate he wasn't that bad. Tell you what, I'm feeling magnanimous. I'll tell you what to do here, but in exchange, you need to do me a favor. Look, I'm pretty sure I know what to do. I was just gathering my thoughts. Are you taking a deal or not? You're not listening at all. Yeah, sure, fine. I'll take the deal. Ha! You fell for it. You totally owe me a favor now, and I can make you do anything I want. Yeah, how devious. Just tell me what the deal is, or what you think the deal is, more likely. Leaf isn't actually giving up. She flew across an ocean for you. She's just tired of her plans falling through, and wants you to take the initiative.
Just knock on the door and take her somewhere. She's overcomplicating it, and you're too dumb to see the obvious answer she's ignoring on purpose.
Oh yeah? How do you figure? Leaf seems to be pretty okay deciding with everything up to... seems to be okay planning everything up till now.
You would say that. Just shows what you know. Women are like an inverse battle. Throw everything you know out the window. If they say they want to decide for them.
Ooh. Oh no, Blue has taken the red pill.
If they say they need space, stay with them. And if they say they want you to make more friends, don't.
I'm telling Daisy you said that.
Shit, no, don't.
Sorry, there's a fee for misogyny in this dorm.
Come on, I was speaking metaphorically. I'm not speaking metaphorically. There's a platypus controlling me. He's underneath the table. Don't tell Daisy.
I'll hold off on telling you until I've seen what your favor is, if it's something ridiculous. Well, I'm sure Daisy would be very interested in hearing your interpretation of gender relations. Okay, now, back to Leaf. Most of what Blue said was garbage, but he might not have been entirely wrong in this case. So, if this works, I guess I really do owe him a favor. 50-50 on if I want this to work now. Alright. Leaf? Leaf Gracidia Green. It's not here. Well, there's someone who sounds very similar to her in her dorm. Did she jump out the damn window? I have a twin. I told you this. Well, I want to talk to your twin then. Door's open. Huh? Oh, I didn't try that. I just assumed she'd locked it. Huh? Leaf? That's funny. This is stupid. Okay, I need to stop laughing. She looks so silly in a pair of Groucho Marx glasses. Leaf is not here. He's only fail. He's twin of Leaf and perpetual failure. See, if I pin my failures on my alter ego, I can avoid feeling like such crap about my inability to plan even a single measly dinner. Yeah, I got it. Leaf, can I... He's failed. Fail, can we talk? Bed is empty. Seat. Look, I think Leaf may have been building me up in her mind as something I'm not. And I know she wanted this date to be, like, completely perfect, but even now, in Kobukan Academy, I'm a simple guy. I like burgers, I like fast cars, I like Pokemon, and I like my dorm mate, Leaf. Whether this date went perfectly or not isn't really important. After all, we're just trying to figure out if we're compatible, you know? Maybe it wouldn't work out, regardless of how much planning went into it. Then, Fail suddenly grabs your hand and looks at you with tearful intensity from behind the Beagle Puss. The Beagle Puss? What? Am I crazy? Hey, hang on, give me a second. I don't recognize that phrase. Huh. Well, shit, guess you learn something new every day. I have always only ever known these as Groucho Marx glasses, but you know, this works just as well. You're unsure why, given you are certain you have never met this individual before. That's it though. I don't want it to not work out. I want this day to go so fantastically that you can't wait for another. I want to spend the rest of the school year going on dates with you. I want us to have a massive romantic dramatic showdown as we face each other in the finals of the national tournament. I want you to be so impressed that I stand head and shoulders above all other options. I want this one day to make me number one forever. I'm sorry, that's not possible. But you don't have to try to impress me. I'm already impressed by you. We swore a friendship pact, remember? You flew across an ocean for me, and I'll never forget that. And frankly, no matter how fancy this dinner was, it was never going to be more impressive than that. This is obvious. Maybe Leaf was just trying to one-up her with the impressiveness. Vuz? Vith? Are you a vampire now? No. I'm a very silly girl. I'm sorry, Schlep. Holy shit, Leaf, you're not here. You're here now. What happened to Fail? Horizontal ellipsis. I can't believe I want to date you. Is she gone? I thought we were really hitting it off. Alright, that's enough. Joke's over. Do you have her phone number? Or, like, do you know where she lives? That mustache did... that mustache did something to me. Do you think her Rotophoto DMs are open? Dude, the joke's over. Hey, you started this bit. That means I get to end it. I feel like starting the bit means I should have more say over how it ends. On the other hand, ooh, how assertive of you. Do you have any other decisions you want to make?
You would say that. Just so what you know, women are like an inverse battle. Throw everything you know out the window.
Flashback to 5 seconds ago. Damn it, I guess I do owe him a favor now. Yeah, we're going out. Schlep, we can't. The restaurant shut down. Wait, the entire restaurant? Health code concerns. Apparently some super fast Pokemon got into their kitchen and sprayed poison everywhere. So now they need to fumigate the restaurant and won't open for a few more days. That's unlucky. I'm kinda numb to it at this point. There have been a lot of weird events like this. Obviously, stuff like Yellow going missing or you going to Pallet Town where... or you going to Pallet Town where, you know, those happened and there wasn't much anyone could do about that, but even smaller annoyances like this kept popping up. I mean, you can see why I thought I was cursed, right? Well, you're not. Now come on, get changed. Where are we going? A little cafe in Inspira. I saw Wally and Yellow hanging out there a while ago. It's a nice quiet place. You'd be a little overdressed if we went there the way you are now. And to be honest, I think I'd feel too weird to wear my uniform while you're wearing something as pretty as that. Horizontal ellipsis. Alright. I'm going to take a shower to clear my head. You can get changed. Meet back in the main suite in 5? Sounds like a plan.
Well, did it work? Did it work? Wait, did it work or did it work? What did I tell you? If you listen to me once in a while, you might actually...
Daisy.
Fucking don't!
I need to remember that trick. Did I miss something? Nah. You ready? Ready as I can be.
Alright, let's do it! Let's go!
You lead Leaf to the cafe in Inspira, silently congratulating yourself on finding the way there without getting lost. Oh yeah, I remember this place. It's just like a cafe, so we can take a seat wherever. Oh, it's just like a cafe, so we can take a seat wherever. What are you in the mood for? Coffee? This late in the evening? You shouldn't consume caffeine so soon before going to sleep, you know. It wreaks havoc on your sleeping patterns. Have I ever told you that your health nut quirks are really cute? Ah, thanks. I wouldn't call myself a health nut, though. I just don't want to let myself slip out of good habits. Yeah, I get that. Oh, there's a table there. Come on, let's sit. Here it is. Look at that still. This is well done art. I love that fucking Cleffa painting in the background. That looks really good. So, you brought me here. What are we going to talk about? What's your story with Clara? What do you think your class is? How are you Pokemon doing? Oh, they're doing fantastically. Which one do you want to hear about? Let's hear about Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff's an absolute angel. She's the easiest Pokemon I've ever trained. It's like she's been trained before. Although, just between you and me, Jigglypuff aren't very strong. But she still does her best. And we never would have made it back to Kobukon without her, so I'm never boxing her. They're doing fantastically. Let's talk about Ivysaur. Ivysaur is an amazing partner. I was worried that my school-assigned starter might be tricky to train, you know? That would be really difficult, since a large part of our final grade is based on how our starter is doing. But Ivysaur is extremely calm. I never really have to worry about him going off on his own or doing something crazy. Actually, he might be too calm. Oh, excuse me. He emits this scent sometimes that makes me really sleepy. How are you Pokemon doing? Fantastically. Let's talk about Helioptile. Helioptile's been angsty recently. She was a gift from my parents a few years ago. She wasn't the first Pokemon I ever had, but she was one of the first, so I've been training her for a long time. I think she wants to evolve, but where are you supposed to find a Sunstone in Kobukon? Kobukon puts massive fees on stones shipped from across the border, too. They don't want to disrupt their own mining industry, I guess. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Drampa. Oh, Drampa, of course. She's relatively new, so I forget sometimes. New? Yeah, I found her on Springs Day. She wasn't in one of the eggs, but I think she came out of the mountains when she heard people celebrating. She found an egg, which she was protecting from Wally, but I convinced her that finding and taking care of eggs was just part of the day, and I think that satisfied her. After Wally took the egg away, Drampa came with me. Wally took an egg? Which is it? It was a Budu egg. I didn't have the heart to tell him that you can find Budu really easily in the fields. Okay, so I think I talked about all of her Pokemon now, so let's go roommates. Oh, they're great. I was a bit weirded out at first when I learned that we'd all been assigned the same dorm, but I guess it worked out. Who do you want to talk about? Yellow. Yellow's an absolute sweetheart. She just needs to stand up for herself a bit more, but I can understand why it's difficult if she spent so much time with Blue. Seems like everyone knows Yellow, but I'm not sure how many friends she has outside of our dorm. I wonder when her birthday is. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now let's talk about me. He's a great guy. Really oblivious, though. You keep saying that, but I'm not. He also does this weird thing where he'll sometimes refer to himself in the third person. Schlepp does not understand what leaf means. Really, my only problem with him is that whenever I look into his eyes, I can feel my IQ dropping, and I'm pretty sure prolonged exposure will turn me into some sort of brainless coral. I don't think that's likely. Ethan. Okay, just between us, I'm not sure what to think about him. Like, he's a funny, nice guy, a lot like you, but I can't help but feel like he doesn't really mean most of what he says. Like, when he was flirting with Yellow, didn't that feel weird to you? Maybe it's just me. I mean, he has Phrenergy, so I'm sure he's not doing anything bad, but geez, I'm sorry, I shouldn't gossip like that. He's a nice guy, and that's that. Alright, they're great, blah blah blah. Let's talk about Blue. Blue's a lot more interesting than I thought he was at first. He's totally a dick. That hasn't changed at all. But I thought he just hated you because he was jealous. Well, I'm not sure that's untrue, actually. But the point is that he's got a lot more going on in that spiky head of his than just seething jealousy. I couldn't have made it back up to Pallet Town without him, after all. For as much as he told me to give up, he got on board with my plan as soon as I had one that might work. Alright, and then let's ask you about yourself. Oh, she's an actual queen. Literally the most perfect person ever. Hot, smart, tough, has perfect fashion sense. She's flawless. I hear her hair's insured for 1,600,000 poke. I hear she does car commercials in Unova. One time, she met Raihan on a plane, and he told her she was pretty. She's also known to be extraordinarily humble, by the way. Well, let's talk about Clara last. I mean, let's talk about something serious, probably like progresses to the next scene, I assume. So I guess we'll do Clara second to last, because I really don't want to talk about Clara. She's like, I want to keep her out of this situation, you know? Sure, which ones? Grass. I'm a bit worried about Instructor Ramos, honestly. He shows up to class every day with new bruises. I mean, I don't think anyone's beating him up, but he's really old, and even little bumps can cause big problems for a man as old as him. But he really does know what he's talking about, if he remembers to say it. What do you think of your classes? Blah, blah, blah. Electric. Instructor Surge is an absolute lunatic, but he's not just a lunatic. When I was flying to get you, before then, he had a talk with me, and he said some stuff that made me really think about what I was doing. I don't want to give him any excessive credit, like, I totally would have gone to get you eventually, with or without him, but he definitely pushed me along. Of course, that means he pushed me to fly across the ocean by myself on a Pokemon, which might not have been the most responsible thing to do. Which one's normal? Instructor Lenora is a really patient, kind woman. She reminds me of my mom. I was worried that she'd be irritated I transferred into her class later, but she took it in stride. She helped me out a lot when it came to my Jigglypuff. Apparently, she gets a lot of refugees from Instructor Claire's class, which doesn't entirely surprise me. Dragon. Instructor Claire is a bit of a sadist, but I guess I should have expected that from a woman who comes to work every day dressed in a leather catsuit and a cape. I'm not in her class anymore, but I can still hear her in the back of my mind, screaming at me to push myself with my Pokemon harder. I mean, I think I'm doing well enough. My Pokemon are happy, and Janine hasn't mentioned that I'm slacking in the battle team. I guess Janine's letter of accepting me into the battle team did mention I needed to take battles more seriously, but when they're so much fun, how could I? Alright, so what's your story with Clara? Ugh, Clara. Actually, I'm not really sure what my story is with her. She's just really friendly and generous. She just started hanging out with me after the Cortical Ashes. She taught my Ivysaur bad breath, but, I didn't actually ask her to. I'm not sure how she even learned about me, actually. We don't share any classes as far as I know. But I'm not complaining. She's really sweet, and I probably shouldn't be looking too closely at why other people might seem to be really nice, given my whole thing with you. I'm very skeptical of Clara. Oh, well sure. Makes me a bit nervous to hear that, but yeah, I'm game. What kind of serious talk did you want to have? I'll try not to make any jokes. Okay, so this is about something you mentioned a while ago, and it's kind of been occupying a spot in my head, bothering me ever since. Alright, I'll answer it. I'll answer it truthfully, whatever it is. Okay. Is it true that everyone in the school pads? You dick! You said you were gonna have a serious conversation. Okay, in retrospect, yeah, that's pretty funny. Thanks for lightening the mood. For real though, what is it? Have you dated before? Ah, immediately checking the quality of the merchandise, huh? Wow, that's an extremely sexist way of putting it. Huh? Who said only men could be sexist? You saying I can't be sexist because I'm a woman? That's sexist. I give up. Oh, come on. At least put up a little bit of a fight. Are you going to answer the question? My first crush was a girl named Cindy. She brought her lunch to school in a Lance lunchbox. I thought that lunchbox was the coolest thing ever. This was before Lance was even the Kanto champion. He was just a popular, strong trainer. Kinda obscure. Cindy was always on the cutting edge of things. That didn't work out, though. Also, I never talked to her so I didn't really give it a chance. Do you still, women? Maybe if Rosa was an option? Then, in 4th grade, I had 2 boyfriends, Miles and Evan. Ooh, well, aren't you a man's lady? Huh? You know, man's lady, like ladies' man, but in reverse? Shouldn't it be men's lady, though? Because ladies is the plural possessive of lady, so we should use the plural possessive for man, too. Oh yeah, you're right. Huh. Anyway, you were talking about how you're talking about your grade school harem? That's a hell of a way to put it. But yeah, we had a thing. We would hold hands together, swap the parts of our lunch we didn't like, sit in the same tree during recess. We hadn't really started kissing when it ended, but I think we were going to. We'd just started to understand what our relationship was about when Cinnabar Island. So that one also didn't work. Evan and I had to start to discuss, well, what exactly we were, and we were going to talk to Miles about it too. But I put it off, just a week, but that week changed everything. Guess I really didn't learn my lesson, huh? Horizontal ellipsis. Tell me about them. Sounds like they were really important to you. I know how it is with childhood friends. Even if things change, even if years pass, you still miss them. So tell me about them. You probably don't have many chances to tell people about your grade school harem, right? You'd be surprised. It's like the second most common thing I open conversations with. Horizontal ellipsis. Of course. Okay. Oh, okay, we're being serious now. Miles was a know-it-all. He called himself a super nerd. I don't remember what his first name was, but his last name was Miles, because he thought it sounded cooler than his first name. Evan was a shy boy, but he loved nature, loved the outdoors. He used to take us camping. We'd spend hours wading in the water at the beach, while Miles hid from the sun underneath his umbrella. And that was the closest thing to a date I've had before right now. I'm not great with numbers, but shouldn't 9th grade have been 10 or so years ago? Closer to 9, but yeah. And I don't have any excuse for that, really. I mean, I'm not totally blind to my advantages. Namely that I'm gorgeous, smart, and rich. And modest. But I never really tried reaching out here and I never really tried reaching out until here in Kobukan. After Cinnabar, my family moved to Goldenrod, where I attended a girls' school until I went to Kobukan. Guess that might have stopped me from dating a bit more. I guess that might have stopped me from dating a bit more than some other high school, but it definitely wasn't a hard and fast stop. No, that's just on me. Sometimes people would ask me out or would show some sort of interest, but I found an excuse. I always found an excuse to avoid it. Well, you've gotten over that. How'd you figure? We're dating now. After a month of delays, and only because you pulled me out of my bedroom. Leaf, you did it. There were difficulties, but you did do it. Give yourself some credit. You can't improve if you always ignore the progress you make. Horizontal ellipsis. Look, Schlep. Oh, great. There we go. Yo. Melody. Leaf, Shirley, what are you doing here? For the ambiance? Any other questions I can answer for you? Why are you here? Now? Felt a spiritual calling. Also, you're in the makeout chair. What? Every Wednesday, I meet my boyfriend at this cafe. We'd sit at this table, he'd sit in the chair you're sitting in now, and after I had enough sugar in me, I'd sit on his lap and we'd make out. Check the back. There's a heart carved here, and it says MXD there. Are you trying to get me to leave? No, just kind of sad that the makeout chair isn't being made out in anymore. Your generation has no respect for the old traditions. What about you, Shirley? Going to be a man about it? I think we're operating off of very different definitions of man. No is fewer words. Anyway, I hate to kick you out, but it's getting late. Huh, is it really? You look outside the window. To your surprise, it really is getting dark. Wait, you work here? Not all of us have fossil money, Green. Yeah, I work here. I would have thought your uncle would have given you all the money you need. Phobos gave me an opportunity. Everything else I earned. Charon also said he earned everything he has. So did Blue. I wonder why. Okay, I don't have time to unpack all these proper nouns you're dropping on me. Just get up and go. It's closing time. Excuse me, this establishment does not close until 8 p.m. It is only 7:47 p.m. God. Look, Karen, you don't... I really do not mean to cause any sort of bother, but it is not factual that this establishment has advertised itself. Stop yapping. You're giving me a headache. Just say what you're gonna say. My intent, which I was planning to convey summarily, is... Okay, now you're taking too long. I'm kicking these two out right now. Pray stay your hand. Pray stay my hand? By which I mean kindly allow them to stay until the establishment closing hours of this business. Hey, Erica, I appreciate it, but it's not that big a deal. A business enterprise lives and dies by the promises it makes, and its ability and willingness to fulfill said promises. If you've got any passion for this job, you ought to not discard this cafe's doctrine so easily. Yeah, I don't. You think anyone baristas because they're passionate for it? Then you should not be performing a job you have no... Erica, rich girl problems, we know. There are alternative avenues. Ooh. Okay. Now it's like 10 minutes till closing. Do you have some do you still have some moral obligation to me closing a bit early so I can clean up sooner and head back when it's not completely pitch black? As a matter of fact, I do. In fact, given your impolite conduct towards me and my battle team teammates, I wish to speak to your manager. What did Leaf say your name was again? Erica? Hold on, there's something here. Eric Heron. There we go. That is not my name. Whatever you say, Eric Heron. Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. Why are you acting in this fashion? What have I done to grievance you in this way? Waltzing in 15 minutes before closing time is one. Trying to complain to the manager is another one. And, no, you cannot speak to my manager. He isn't even here anyway. Horizontal ellipsis. Very well, then I'm afraid I will have to make a phone. Oh, God, you really... Like, it doesn't need to be this... Knock yourself out. You awkwardly begin to get up, given you never really had a problem with leaving the cafe in the first place, but Melody puts out a hand, indicating you should stay seated. Hold on, don't you want to see where this goes? Not really. It's a train wreck. It's like a train wreck. I can't look away. Erica pulls out a screenless mobile phone, then gingerly inputs a number into it, focusing intently on typing out the number. A moment later, Mistress Tamamushi, please state the nature of your emergency. I wish to speak to my father. What? She wants to... No, we don't have a protocol to this. Apologies, mistress. The master is not accepting phone calls at this time. Be that as it may, I must insist. No, she's insisting. What are we... Well, I have to say something. Apologies, mistress. The master specifically requested that all calls, regardless of origin, be denied. We can transfer you to your stepmother. Perhaps she would be able to allay your concerns. Oh, no, please do not... I don't know Spanish, but okay. Mi hermosa niña. Oh, how wonderful it is to hear from you again. Tell me, how are you doing at school? Have you made many friends yet? How are your classes progressing? Top marks as always? Erika, here, are you there? Yes, stepmother. Beloved, you know me, you may call me by my name. I wish to speak to father. I wish to speak to father. Oh, of course, I understand. He's not taking calls at the moment, but I will walk you into his office. We really don't need to be here for this. Shut up and enjoy the show. This is better than an episode of Undella Bay. What? What are you interrupting me for? Erica? What does she want? Well, why didn't you ask her? Fine. I'm almost done with work for the day and was hoping to relax. Okay, my beloved. Your father will hear you now. Oh, it appears he has a few more papers to handle. At first, do you wish to talk with me any further? No. Okay, well, you're always welcome to call me Despedida. I'm thinking some Paldean model, a gold digger. Oh, whoops, hold on. Daddy Erica's got some kind of got some of that has a trophy wife energy, don't you think? We just want to leave. You had your chance. You let Eric Karen fight for you. Now you're locked in your seats until the curtain falls. Father, are you there? Harumph! Yes, I'm here. Now, what is it? Out with it. I'm very busy right now.
It's been too long since we've spoken, Father. Perhaps we... Oh, enough of that small talks. Does Devereaux's judgment of such things escape you? Small talk is a poison most afflicted, a breath of death to deprive intellectuals of the benefits of higher conversation. I've no time to tarry about on such mediocre matters. Out with it, Erica. Yes, apologies. I have been insulted most grievously, Father. Oh, is this about that matter? Is this about that matter of that Esper you had intentions for? No, Father. He was not an Esper, and I most certainly did not have a crush on him. I should hope not. You know such things are beneath you, beneath our family. Keep fast thine course. Stray not from the path that destiny hath laid afore. Lest your steps shall falleth betwixt the privilege of surety and sink into uncharted soil to be stained. Yes, of course, I have no such delusions. Then what is the manner of this insult? I have been called... Oh, God, this is such a disaster. I really just want this to be over. Karen. Horizontal ellipsis. This is a grave insult indeed. Who spoke this insult? Who do they work for? It was... Melody. I work for the Inspira Poke Cafe. Thank you. Melody, who works for the Inspira Poke Cafe. I shall see to it that this Melody never holds employment within that business again. I will make her rue the day that she crossed the Tamamushi family. I will blot her bloodline from ever... Hold on, what was her last name? What was your last name? Nanya, of the Shamutian... Oh, great. Nanya, of the Shamutian shipping conglomerate, Nanya Business. No, oh, no. No. Nanya Business. Stupid child, waste no more of my time. Click. Oh, and that's why when you... And that's why you leave when the barista says they're closing. Surely, leave. It's been a pleasure having you here. Actually buy something next time. Time to go. Chop, chop. You and Leaf quickly make your way back to your dorm. The bizarre display between Eric and Melody replaying over and over in your minds as you try to make sense of whatever just happened. You know, I had planned for us to go shopping before dinner. Oh yeah? We'll have to do that next time. You got a date in mind? For what it's worth. But can we talk about Erica for a second? Oh no, I'm totally with you. Like, I think we could have guessed that she might have had some family issues, but jeez. Jeez is right. I think I could even have forgiven her for trying to kick you from the battle team after hearing all that. Well, I'm sure she's very glad you're willing to forgive her for something she did to me. Aren't I gracious? Outrageous, more like. Then you're going to be pretty confused in 2 to 3 turns. If you're the outrageous one, though, then shouldn't you be? It was a joke. Wait, hold on. If you're the outrageous one, though, shouldn't you be? It was a joke. Alright, alright. I know this wasn't worth the wait, but I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't really a wait. I got to hang out with you every day. You're sweet. So, you want to do another one of these? Tell you what, I'll invite you next time. Okay, I hope you do. We're almost back to the dorm. Oh, come on, I have to do it. I have to do it. Come on, baby. Ah, fine. So, this is the part where we kiss, but you know, when I tried it, and it's like, yeah, I know, it's a surprise, I shouldn't spring that on her. Yeah. Is this the part of the movies where we should kiss? You're the movie buff. You tell me. I mean, those are just movies, so I wouldn't take them as gospel. I guess she needs time, which is entirely fair. I've got all the time in the world. Thank you. There we go. Clara has calmed and is no longer joyful. Ugh, great. Here we go. How long has this episode been going for? 1 hour 33. Alright, guess that's where we're calling it, baby. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, then don't hold your breath, because tomorrow's episode... Actually, wait, that's the wrong version of that, because don't hold your breath would be for if it would take a while. So, in fact, hold your breath, because the next episode comes out tomorrow, probably, because I usually do that before I do other things. So, hey, if you like the video, then do something about liking the video, like liking it, or leaving a comment, or some such forthwith, some such. Either way, see ya!